Alright, before we get into this Art of War 3 battle, just want to highlight our two opponents. This is a 3-time medalist for our first opponent, and for our second opponent we have a 1-time medalist from ISI Markhor. So we've got some pretty solid opponents lined up for this battle. So let's go ahead and get into this fight. Alright, welcome back to another Art of War 3 replay. I'm your host, John Cena. And today we're going to be doing a clan 2v2 battle. This is going to be an exciting matchup. Let's go ahead and get into it. We can see that the red player is going to go ahead and try to move in on this resource container here. I am trying to secure it with my assaults here, but the assaults are just not going to be enough here. I am heavily outnumbered as red player is doing a good job microing the coyotes, and my infantry get cleaned up very quickly. So we're getting a scout onto yellow. Looks like yellow, I Love Pakistan, is taking up to HQ3 at this time, and we can see that we get a nice scout there. Meanwhile, I am already HQ3. Both my partner and I are going for full gold boosts. Looks like Cyclone's getting a scout onto red. Red is not yet HQ3 yet, so pretty sure both the red and yellow player are not taking my partner and I seriously, and they are not gold boosting. This is going to be a big mistake for these medalists. We're getting the scout on the red player once again, and it looks like red's dropping on more infrastructure. We see barracks there in the front getting upgraded. We also see that Avia factory being upgraded, so we might see some hawks and grenadiers on the battlefield. So my plan is to go for mass hammer tanks. We're going to get some typhoons in there for anti-infantry. Looks like yellow is going for the ground build for this battle. So I'm just trying to pump out a ground army as fast as possible so I can storm the red player's base. Bullet getting another scout onto the yellow player with that hammer tank. I'm producing a couple cyclones here and there as well. Here comes some early game pressure from Bullet. Bullet's got a couple Zeus tanks, some infantry, typhoons, hammer tanks. Looks like a Cerberus in the mix as well, and some points for that heavy artillery support. And yellow is under fire. We see yellow got a pretty sizable ground army. We see Jaguar tanks, mammoths, and infantry. Looks like hawks are starting to come in for the defense. My hammer tanks are going to come in to exert some heavy pressure here early on, just to prevent red from moving their full ground army to support yellow. So my hammer tanks are now moving in, but I don't want to go fully into there. There's not a lot of room to maneuver. I'm going to try to draw out red's army onto the plateau where I have more maneuvering space to work with. I've got a few typhoons in the mix there to protect me from the hawks. Bullet, meanwhile, is going to regroup. We see more Torrents and Zeus tanks starting to pile on. My hammer tanks are going to continue to harass this red player. Red's trying to bait me into going down into that little space there, but I'm not going to fall for it. Green, my partner, continue to try and pressure. We see a very strong defensive line from the yellow player set up. My hammer tanks have just cleaned up a sniper tower. We're going to go ahead and retreat. Those grenadiers are on hold stance between the buildings. That's a smart move from the red player to try and set up the defensive line. Red's going to try and move in to push me off of the area, and we're going to see the infantry are going to start to move onto the plateau. Hawks coming in for some aviation support. My hammer tanks are starting to fire onto the infantry. The grenadiers are starting to retreat though, and we're going to use this to our advantage. We're going to pursue the grenadiers with the fire assaults, and the fire assaults are going to start to fire onto those grenadiers and the infantry. My hammer tanks are going to do some harassment on the side there. We're going to try to take out these barracks first so that the red player cannot spam any more grenadiers. Barracks goes down. We're going to go after that second barracks. Second barracks goes down as well. The fire assaults are just shredding the grenadiers. Hawks are coming in trying to provide some support there, but I've got the typhoons for protection. Got a couple of hammer tanks on the side there that I need to bring into the fight. We can see here that red is HQ4. I have caught the red player by surprise. This is perfect timing. Red does not have a full ground army to defend with. Bullet, meanwhile, on his end, is trying to suppress this yellow player. Yellow's under pressure as well. These mammoths and Jaguar tanks are taking heavy fire from the Zeus and the Torrents. And this is not looking good for the resistance side. Red's under heavy pressure, and so is the yellow player. Both of them are not able to help out their partners, and we're going to continue to try and press the assault here. Bullet and I are trying to take advantage of the full HQ3 armies as much as possible. We know that if we let red and yellow recover, we are not going to be able to beat these players. And so we're going to try to take advantage of this situation as much as possible. Red's desperately trying to make more units to defend with. Bullet is steadily making progress against this yellow player. Yellow trying to defend as best as possible. Red's dropping barracks in the back of their base. They're going to attempt to spam units from the barracks. We see a dragonfly from the red player. Red's going to try and get some more units out. Meanwhile, Bullet just continuing to press. Yellow is struggling. Yellow's got a bunch of mammoths in the back of their base and a Jaguar tank as well, trying to fire onto Bullet's units. Bullet's going to go ahead and try to regroup. Red's still in a lot of trouble here. Red is steadily losing infrastructure, and we are just cleaning up the production little by little here. Red is not doing so well at this point. Bullet, meanwhile, doing a great job just continuing to slowly crawl forward with those torrents. There's so many torrents in place. Bullet is making the defense for the yellow very difficult to do. So red at this point is really just down to spamming sniper towers and barracks. This is not a good look for the red player at all. Bullet just continuing to pressure this yellow player. The vehicles are now moving in for Bullet. Bullet's got a nice combined army here. Mammoth artillery position right at the front. Not a good move for the yellow player. Yellow's probably panicking at this point. My units are continuing to just clean up this red player. Red has no construction yard, has no ability to put down any more structures. We're going to go ahead and start to use some blue construction boosts just to fulfill some contracts as we continue to clean up this red player. Alright, that's a good game. We just defeated some medalists there. Hope you all enjoyed the battles. We will see you in the next battle. Good luck until then.
Victory.